everyone. I'm actually really excited for this video today because I feel like this is just gonna be like a real nice girl chat. Like it's just gonna be, it's giving girl chat, it's giving like girls night in, you know what I mean? I don't drink, but you know, get a little wine glass. It's giving like, let's kiki. I wanna kiki a little bit. So as you can see by the title, today we're talking about her. Her as in H-E-R, as in my hair. We're talking about hair today. The reason why we're talking about hair today is because I just wanted to talk about it. So here we go. I decided to lock my hair. Obviously, if you saw all the other videos, my hair looks completely different from 2020. I'm wearing braids in 2020 video clips, and there's nothing wrong with braids. I love braids, and I honestly, if I wasn't locked right now, I'd have braids in. That's just what it is. But my hair journey has been such a weird one because of so many different reasons. I feel like my hair is one of those things where I just felt like was such an overwhelmingly draining process, regardless if I was getting it done or if I was doing it myself. For starters, I am not a hair person. If you can't peep that by now, I am not a hair person. I don't like doing my hair at all. I flip this thing over and call it a day. Do you hear me? I'm that kind of person. I want to wake up and go. I don't want to wake up and feel like, oh, I got to worry about what my hair looks like. Oh, I got to put it in a bun. I got to do it. I got to do it. Mind you, I also was at one point only felt confident in a bun, my loose natural hair in a bun. I have so many pictures. Don't worry. You're going to see all the pictures right here of me in a bun, child. I'll rock a bun from here to tomorrow. Snatching my edges right off the top of my head because I just felt more confident in that way. I always thought I looked better that way or whatever, right? But like the reality was my hair felt like a burden. Like this, let me just be completely real. Like I did not like doing my hair. I didn't like getting my hair done. I'm not tender-headed, thank God. I am not tender-headed. But that's because I had to get my hair, you know, pretty much snatched all my life. I had people just tugging and tugging and tugging and tugging and tugging and tugging and tugging. So of course my scalp is no longer tender. But I just feel like my hair and I always were kind of like at war with one another. It always felt like I had to do something about my hair. And if you are a Black woman, okay, and you are raised, if you are a Black woman, if you are a Caribbean woman, you just a Black woman altogether, child, you understand like your hair, baby, I get my hair done. I am a different person. My hair, don't even get me started. Like, your hair is so important. It is so important in the Black community. And the reason why that is for so many different reasons, right? I think there is definitely a level of history there in regards to slavery, in regards to what we could and could not do. And then when we finally got somewhat out of that, just the laws and what people wanted our hair to look like and all these different types of things that really just made being a Black woman with black hair or 4C, 4B, 4A, 3A, whatever, just black hair being a conundrum for everybody. And mind you, it wasn't even a business. Mind your business. Mind your business. I mean, anyway, being raised in a Caribbean household, that's like double downing, okay? It's too much. It's being raised in an immigrant household and you I need a severance package. Because why? Why was it such a big deal? I mean, my mom would braid, mind you, I have two sisters, like I said in a couple videos ago. Mind you, if you haven't seen any of the other videos, as you guys can see, it's week 3. We're in here. We're doing this. Comment, like, and subscribe. But I have two sisters. One is a year younger than me and one is 2 years younger than me. So we're all a year apart. And my mom used to, when we were like in elementary school, she used to wash all of our hair, braid all of our hair, and literally do our edges every single morning for the rest of the week. And then rinse and repeat every Sunday. And if anybody else touched our hair, baby, she would know. My mother would know. She would literally be like, who touched your hair? Kimun mayente tu? Who did that? Who touched your hair? My Creole's crazy, but that's besides the point. That's what she would say. Kimun mayente tu? Did I send you like that? Why are you coming in my house looking crazy? Mind you, my dad would send us to school clean with clothes, and he'd be like, when you come back home, you come back with the same clean clothes. My mom, why does your hair look like that? Didn't I send you to school with your hair a certain way? Your clothes could be with a hole in it. It could be trashed. She would not care. She's caring more about the hair. Being raised in that dynamic, it always felt like your hair had to be on point. You cannot leave the house looking a certain way. You can't leave the house ashy or with your hair not done. Look put together when you leave the house. That's what I was raised in on both sides. My parents are divorced. So my dad, his household, my mom's household, that one thing was consistent. You live in the house looking what? Like who? Where are you going? Every time you wake up and you leave this house, you better look like somebody. For real. So with that being said, for a long time, my hair just felt like a burden. I hated my hair. I hated I didn't hate my hair. I hated having to deal with my hair. I hated dealing with my hair. I hated getting my hair done. I didn't hate it too much because if it looked good, then it looked good. But I didn't like the process of going to go get my hair done, especially if you don't know somebody. You're at somebody's house sometimes, or sometimes you're at a studio if that person even has a studio, or sometimes this person's coming to your house. Like, that process is annoying. And then figuring out the nuances of that, and then relationship, because maybe you don't know this person, or you do know this person. If you don't know this person, there's the weirdness. And if you do know this person, there's some level of a comfortability, like you're comfortable with this person, but it's not really comfortable. It's just like, oh, I know you, you know me, you've done my hair a couple of times. Cool. It's very surface level, right? So I hated that process of getting my hair done. And I only ever felt confident in braids. Mind you, I didn't wear a sew-in until prom. I'm gonna be inserting pictures here so you guys can see. I did not ever wear a sew-in. All I wore my entire life was braids. And to the point where I didn't even know what my natural hair even felt like. I literally had to, if I had braids in, I had braids in for probably 2-3 months straight. Middle school, I'm talking middle school and high school, 2-3 months straight. My edges are coming out. I got dirt balls at the top of my edges. I hate those. And then after that, because at the time I also didn't even know I could wash my hair with braids, because you're just uneducated, you don't know, and you're depending on at least for me, I was depending on the hairstylist to know. And my mom didn't wear weave. My mom is from IET. She does not wear weave. My mom didn't start wearing weave until I was in high school. Mind you, when I was in high school, she was in her 40s. So my mom wore her natural hair. She'd put her hair in a shoe, metalino shoe, wear her little hair in a ponytail. A shoe is a ponytail if y'all don't know, because I'm Haitian, there you go. Put her hair in a ponytail and she'd go on her way. And if she ever even washed her hair, she washed her hair and put a little bit of grease, twisted it up, did the same thing tomorrow. My mom was not a hair person, wasn't a makeup girl kind of thing. She would make sure our hair was done, but she didn't wear weave. So when we're getting braids, I'd wear braids for 2-3 months, take the braids out. The next day, after I take the braids out that night, that next day I'm getting my hair done. Within 48 hours, I'm getting my hair done again for braids. So that's all I had from middle school to high school. So then prom came around and I didn't know, I was gonna wear braids because that's what I was used to. And everybody's like, you can't wear braids, you gotta get a sew-in, you gotta get a sew-in. And I was like, a sew-in? I am not sew-in ready. For starters, there's a needle going very close to my head. Be for real. Be for real right now. I was like, oh no, I don't wanna do that. What are we talking about? So then I ended up getting a sew-in, ended up looking really, really good for prom. And then from there, 18 then, and then I'm going into the real world. So now my hair becomes a little bit more my responsibility. My mother stopped doing my hair when I got to high school. So she was doing our hair pretty much all throughout middle school, braiding our hair, that routine every Sunday, like I explained. Middle school. High school, we were getting our hair done and she was paying for that. Then I'm now in college. I'm in college era. I'm 18. And at that point, I would get braids pretty much throughout the year. I never really deviated from different hairstyles. Both my sisters would deviate from different hairstyles. I mean, my sister that's 1 year below me, oh, Stephanie could rock any style. She could do her own hair. She would dabble with hair. She would dabble with colors and all that. I was never that. I was a very plain Jane type of girl. And then my younger sister, below Stephanie, she also was very good at beauty. She could do her hair, without a shadow of a doubt. She could also braid, she can cornrow, she can plait, she can twist. So sometimes at one point I used to just have her do my hair and buy her food because I was like, oh, I don't have to pay for these braids. I don't have to pay $100 and whatever. Oh, I'm doing that. And we just also kikied it up. You know what I mean? That was also a nice bonding time. So after 18, I'm going into 19, 20, 21. At that point in my life, between 18 to 23, 18 to 23, I would wear braids for 90% of the year and I'd get a sew-in or two around my birthday. So around my birthday, May 27th, yes, I'm a Gemini. I know people don't like Geminis, I get it, but I'm a pretty good one. I don't know about other people. I can't talk for other people. I'm just mommy. I would get a sew-in every year around my birthday. And then at that point, it started to feel like, okay, I'm getting a sew-in every year. The process of, again, I dread the actual process. So I'm not really feeling really good about it. So then I'm like, okay, cool. I need to look for a different alternative. And I was going to my husband. I was like, boyfriend at the time, husband now. I don't like my hair. I don't like this about my hair. I don't like that about my hair. I don't like this about my hair. With the braids or the sew-ins, something would always feel a bit off. And one day, I bought this dress from H&M. And the dress on the top of the dress literally has one word, and it's an authentic. But at the time, this is what made me lock my hair, guys. This is such an interesting story to me, but it could sound kind of childish to somebody else, but I don't care. We're sharing. We're king. That's what we're doing. Anyway, so I was complaining about my hair to him a lot, and he was like, he started his lock journey back in 2016, and he was like, if you don't like it, you know, you can lock your hair, you can lock your hair, you can lock your hair, you can lock your hair. He kept telling me that. I was not feeling it. I was not listening to it. I kind of always felt like, oh, it's permanent. I don't know, and all these things. All these things I had no reason. But there's a day I was wearing a sew-in. I think I was wearing a 22-inch. Honestly, this sew-in was one of the most expensive sew-ins I ever got. And it was so expensive. I think I spent $350 for the hair. Mind you, I'm a college student, busting my butt, paying my tuition in installments, spent $550 in total on this hair. It's not about getting the hair itself. It's also about getting the hair done. The lady that charged me $150 to sew this hair on my head, this weave in my scalp. So at one point I was even questioning, like, should I just do wigs? Like, I don't know. I was just really trying to figure it out. And then I saw, I was wearing a dress at work. On the dress, it was a blue dress that had the word authentic on it. And I was walking past these stores. And as I'm walking past the stores, I'm seeing my reflection. I'm like, oh, this dress is so nice. And I really like this dress. It says authentic. And I looked at myself, I'm like, but am I authentic? I'm wearing somebody else's hair on my head. That is literally the realization that I came to, where I was like, okay, I gotta stop wearing weave. Personally, not that I had to stop, but if I wanted to be to me, the truest version of me is not feeling like my hair is a burden. And even though the 22-inch, the side part swoop that I had, I'm gonna put some pictures in here. It looked nice. It didn't look super bad. And at the time when I was wearing it, I didn't feel not confident, and I didn't feel not like myself. If anything, I felt more like the version of myself that I would want to be. But that was because the hair gave me confidence that I didn't have with my natural hair. So with that, I was like, okay, maybe I need to dabble in being an actual loose natural. Like, maybe I need to actually sit with myself and be like, okay, do I actually want to wear my actual hair out? Because again, at this point, we're talking 21-ish. I did not know what my natural hair even looked like. I didn't know what products worked, what products didn't work. So before I locked my hair, I said, you know what? If I'm gonna lock my hair, I'm gonna lock my hair after I go through this loose natural journey. So I went loose natural, baby. I wore a bun. I was trying to do flexi rods and twist outs and all these things. And I felt better. I was like, oh, okay, this is cool. It's cool. Ain't nothing wrong with it. It's a little whatever. But again, I'm not a hair girl. So I'm not sitting in my hair for hours and hours and hours trying different styles, trying to figure out how to flat twist on my, trying to figure out how to cornroll my own hair, how to flat twist maybe one side. I'm not doing that. I'm kind of just doing what works, because mind you, I'm a full-time college student and a full-time employee. I have to be somewhere at a specific time, and I gotta do this at a high volume every day. I do not have the time to play around with my hair. I want to wake up and my hair be the moment. It is already it. But obviously, beauty takes time. It's not gonna be like, oh, yeah, you're just gonna wake up and your hair's going to be good. No, it's not gonna do that. It's going to need to be made. Hello, look at my hair. My puff is like huge today. This is an accomplishment for myself. I don't like the word manage, so don't come in my comments with, oh, you gotta manage your hair. Please, for the love of God, go somewhere else with that. But but you had to do it. It had to be done. Okay, cool. Then I got to a place with my loose natural hair. I remember the day. I did my hair like I always do. I found the deep conditioners. I found brands that I liked. I dabbled with a couple brands. For me, Shea Moisture didn't work. It dried my hair out. Cantu dried my hair out. Then they had a lawsuit. Then there was so many different others that I can't even think of. But the one that my staple was TGIN. TGIN made my hair feel like butter. Every time I use any of TGIN's products, it works. And then I use a lot of like castor oil, because I'm from the Caribbean, so we use castor oil. If you don't know where you at. But so I would use castor oil to moisturize my hair throughout the week, and that's what was my routine. And I did that. And then I got to a point where I was a little bit lazy, so I was like the lazy loose natural. Like that era was a point in time in my life where I would just wake up, wash my hair, not wake up, child. What? If I'm washing my hair, it is an all-day journey. But when it's the day for me to wash my hair, I'd wash my hair, deep condition it, wash it, do all that, twist it out, leave it in twists all day, so I can untwist it for the morning, so I can have that for the week and have a twist out for the week. Because I couldn't, at that point, braiding was also very hard on my hands for some reason. Like literally this part of my hand would hurt. So whatever, that's what was my routine. Sometimes I got lazy. I did it every 2 weeks or so, whatever. I did that for a while. But one day I had to be somewhere. My mother-in-law, my husband, my sister-in-law, all were going somewhere to eat. I was already in the middle of washing my hair, and us going out to eat was, we would usually plan it, but this was kind of the spur of the moment, and I washed my hair a little bit later that day. So I was still like in the middle of this process of deep conditioning and twisting my hair and doing all these things. And the blow dryer that we had, like I didn't have no issues with the blow dryer, but I did not like that blow dryer. I was not gonna sit here and be like this with my hair. I'm not doing it. Not doing it. So what did I do? I thought I could do a wash and go. My hair said, hell no. My hair said absolutely not. We had to go out. I remember having to put my hair up in a bun, and the bun is so crazy. I'm not showing the picture. Do not ask me. It's not here. Nobody should be seeing it. Absolutely not. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? No. But the hair looked crazy, and that day I was like, I'm tired. Me? Fatigue. I'm tired. I'm tired. I don't want to do this anymore. And then, of course, what happens, I make that decision right before the pandemic. So in the pandemic, I ended up braiding my hair. I ended up, having my hair, whatever it was, or sometimes I'd braid it. Like at that point in my loose natural journey, I'd have my hair 90% loose natural and then braid my hair for my birthday. So my sister braided my hair for the last time for my birthday. And then I had braids in pretty much for the majority of the pandemic. My husband and I went out of the country in 2020. By 2021, at the top of 2021, I was already looking for people to lock my hair. The problem was I also wanted a specific pattern. I didn't want a diamond shape. I wanted a grid pattern, and I also wanted a bit smaller locks. I did not want to do sister locks because I didn't have the money for the install for $400, $500, $600 for the install of sister locks. I didn't want to do that. But I found, like, she told me when the lady that locked my hair, she said she was actually testing out micro locks because I also didn't want traditional small locks. I kind of wanted it a bit smaller than that. So she told me she did micro locks. This was her version of micro locks. So I'm gonna post some pictures of what my hair looked like when I first got it locked in February of 2021. We're going on almost 3 years. It's crazy. But she said she was doing micro locks. I liked her work. Her work was impeccable. I literally loved it. So I went, got my hair installed literally almost a year after that incident with the hair being all jacked up. At dinner, I locked my hair literally almost a year to the date because the pandemic was happening and people weren't taking clients. So locked my hair, and of course I had my hair locked. Of course there was shrinkage. Of course there was, moments for it to grow. My hair completely looked different, as you guys are gonna see in these clips. My hair looks completely different now than it did then. Like all these things, right? So of course, that was that. But once I locked my hair, for some reason, the moment I locked my hair, I was like, oh, I should have did this a long time ago because of the kind of person that I am. I'm not a hair person. I'm not going to do my hair. I'm going to put it in a swoop, pull it back, do something different, and then move on about my day. That's the kind of person that I am. That's the kind of lock girly that I am. That's the kind of person that I am, but even before the lock. So now that I'm a lock girly, that's the girl that I am. Yeah. I'm not doing all this extra hoopla. I don't want to do that. I do not want to do that. So when I realized the convenience of the lock, I woke up, I put a little bit of oil in my hair every week. That's it. Maybe that's it. There's nothing else to it. That's it. So I really started to understand myself even more. Like, why did I feel so insecure with short hair? What was that internally with me that made me feel like, oh, if my hair wasn't a certain length, it didn't look good. If my hair wasn't a certain texture, it didn't look good. Just society? Was it my home environment? Was it my family? What would have made me feel like I just didn't look good at a certain point with just me existing in my hair? And when I locked my hair, I just went on an internal journey a bit where I was like, wow, the reason why I never even was able to face any of these questions or any of these weird feelings about my hair is because I never felt like I even had the room to do so. Like, my hair still had to do what I needed it to do to get to where I needed it to get. And then when you're in the pandemic, you don't have nothing but time. So of course it's like, you have time to actually sit with yourself. So before I locked my hair, obviously this is right at the peak of the second year of the pandemic, 2021, I'm like, yeah, like I don't feel like this is a bad hairstyle. I don't feel like this is but what I need in my hair, this loose natural isn't it for me. So maybe I lock my hair up. And as you guys can see, it looks great. I don't have a retwist right now. And last time I retwisted my hair, by the time you guys see this video, last time I retwisted my hair was in May. About 3 months or so, I have not gotten a retwist, and I love my hair like this. I really do. I feel the most confident. I feel the most beautiful. I feel like myself. As weird as that sounds, I feel like I'm finally coming to. And that's another thing about getting older with age that I feel like is very important. Like, you start to do things that just suit you a little bit more. And you don't have to go do anything for anybody else. You just do what works for you. And the time for me, it's this. It's giving Loc'D, period. So that's the whole story about my hair. Like, that's how I locked my hair, why I locked my hair, what the stories and all the story times that you guys got from this video. But yeah, I love it. I really do. I really feel like it works for me. I really feel like it suits me. I really feel like it's the best decision I ever made. I should have made it back in 2016 when my boyfriend was telling me that, because my boyfriend then, husband now, he was like, just lock it. Lock it with me. We're gonna do it together. So he has locks, and his locks are like mid-back. He has really long locks. And every time I look at his locks, I'm like, I should have did it. I should have did it, because now my hair would have been that long or whatever. But I honestly enjoy the journey. I honestly, like, my hair's at a really good length where it doesn't feel too heavy. Even when I wash it, like, it doesn't feel heavy. It kind of stills like in like, it feels like a summer length where like when it's hot outside as it is now, because 80 degrees is hot for me now. Yes, I know I'm from Florida, but 80 degrees, I'm staying in the house. I'm staying my butt in the house. It's hot. It's like, it doesn't feel too annoying. You know what I mean? Like, it's not at a length where you're like, oh, my hair is kind of long. So I'm enjoying it. I love it. I really, really love it. Best decision I ever made. So that is the story of my hair. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a random one. It was a cute little story time. We keyed. That was the point. We keyed. And I hope you guys have a good one. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one next week. You guys see week 3, right? Oh, you get the memo. Next week.